Hello and welcome to this work under the full moon. And I will just begin with the sharing of the links for more to be able to find us, to participate in this energy work, where we both will open the field for love and light, to put in our lists with people and places that we want to support with the love and light, and we will open for the energy work for our earth and for the mutual field for earth people. So I just share the link here for you to be able to find us in this English version. Sorry for my language skills. And the energy is also igniting, and when the energy is igniting, my focus trembles a bit. So just sharing the link for this English version. I have opened the Danish version, and if you want to participate in the full moon work in Danish, you can find it in my page and my groups that is related to the work. Okay, so let's go back to the English groups to be sure that you can find me there as well, of course. Yes, here. Okay, love from Denmark. Thank you for the support and welcome here. You can participate in the energy work in 3 levels as an energy worker, and we work in a supported field, a held field. So that means that no matter how much you have worked with energy, no matter how trained or not trained you are, you can participate here, and you will, by the field, be ensured that your participation will be balanced and give you more than it costs you, and be balancing in any way, support you in refreshing your energy, get a massage, get a little bit fitness in your energy system in the best way. If you want to participate as an energy worker, you just agree by put your intention and say, in yourself, I want to participate as an energy worker. You can also participate in the generation of surplus energy, and that opens by our intention about being mutual and share. And with this intention, the energy grows, and two people together create the same energy as 3 persons, and 3 persons create the same energy as 5 to 7 persons, related to how aligned we are with our purpose and with our intentions. And then the more we are, the more energy we create. And you can participate in that, or you can participate as a witness and receive. And of course, if you're in the first kind, you'll also be the second and the third, and in the second you'll also be the third type. The energy opens here, and as we are gathering here, both live and at replay, it's also opening the mutual field with the other groups. So by instance, the group work I did in the Danish part early on, that energy, and from other groups that's on the same alignment, the same purpose, our energy will also meet each other and expand each other in the best way. And for now, we open the field of love and light to put in our lists of persons and places that we would like to support with the love and light. And it's a good idea to both bring in everything that you could imagine, but also something that's dear to you and close to you, so you have a possibility to, in your own perspective, your own life, recognize if it works, how it works, when it works. Okay, so if you want to participate as an energy worker, you just put your intention, and now we begin. To me, it supports me when I do this intentional creating a sigh. It supports my field, my energy, to connect with the field that's present here and unites us. And when I'm entering the field, I could have reactions, tensions related to the shifts that opens, and then breathing like this, release the tensions, and I sense a deeper connection with the field that supports us here. And the energy opens, and in my inner perspective, in my inner view, I see a beautiful field of love and light. And we put in the list that we have with the persons and the places that we want to support. And we just imagine it and hold it in this field of love and light. And it works. And the reason why it makes sense to do such energy work is because light is stronger than darkness when it's carried in a human existence that vibrates in our physical reality. But darkness contained in a human that vibrates in the physical reality is stronger than light that's not assembled with the physical being. So that means that if a person walks around feeling gray or down or dark, the energy we create makes it difficult for the light that surrounds us to reach us. And the energy work we do here supports the availability for the light that surrounds us to reach us and the persons and the places that we put in here. If you are working here as an energy worker, you might sense the pressure. Then you can imagine had a ball on the top of your head to like center yourself. Any kind of pressure, see if you can kind of equally distribute it with your sense of it in your system. The energy is enhanced. And this part of the energy work also ignites the field for the next part. And we are calling this the full moon energetic update. And that's related to a continuously stream of updates that's evolving and opening in the field of Earth consciousness in these years. And actually, we had a shift that began in 2012, and that has a completion in December, the 21st of December 2022. And in the beginning, in the 21st of December 2012, Earth field, Earth consciousness pseudo-opened into fifth dimensional consciousness state. That meant that anybody who put the intention on reaching the new era consciousness, being connected, being centered, anybody who put the intention on getting support by the light that surrounds us would reach it. Before this, we had people who worked with holding the field for other people. So that meant that you had to find a space or place or person who would hold the field for you if you didn't work with it yourself or have an heritage in some way, a connection that led you the way. But in the 21st of December 2012, the connection opened to everybody with the intention. And the opening in the 21st of December 2022 was an opening into a pseudo state of consciousness in 7D. And what does that mean? That has an intense influence on the mutual field, because before this day, what gives the strongest influence on the mutual field would be how powerful you are. How many people thought of you? How many people had an idea of you, either if it was negative or positive? Your influence on the mutual field would be stronger the more people related to you. The switch that opened here in the 21st of December 2022 completely changed that mechanism. So now, the more aligned you will be with your soul, your purpose, your long-term responsibility, the stronger influence you will have on the huge field of mutual consciousness. And that is for sure changing everything. And since 2012, when the states of energy in people, in places were ready, the energetic updates has been wavering through our systems, and a lot of incarnations is activated in these years for supporting this movement, for us to be aligned with a purpose, being meaningful and open to our potential for being long-term responsible. Breathe. The energy is enhanced as the lists that we put in is fulfilled with love and light. The light being enters in the surrounding with the people and the places that we put in and begins to do their work. If the persons that we put in agreed upon getting this support, it will be an actual healing that opens. But if it's if there hasn't been any agreement, it's more like the light being sends a ray of light into the people's life, and then it's their decision if they give it possibility to create a difference. It's really important that we're not crossing these boundaries when we work with energy, and when we work with the new era energy and the new era system, it's ensured. Assured? Is it called assured in English? Sorry for sometimes being a little bit clumsy with the vocabulary. I'm still working on the development of it. Breathe. The energy opens more. And it seems like we are nearly already finished with the list. And this possibility to bringing lists with people and places is accessible for 4 days after the full moon. The energy, the healing, the energy work is active as long as the video is available. Okay. Now we're shifting. And again, if you want to participate in this energy work, for you to put your intention on participating as an energy worker, or in the creation of surplus energy, or as a witness and a participant. Everybody is perfect. You make your choice, put your intention, and the energy will shift. And when we do the energy work, sometimes when the energy is really strong, your system will have a reaction to the large amount of energy, thinking that you might be using your own energy, and we are not. But if you say to yourself, there's an endless amount of energy in the universe, and you will sense a relaxation. This is due to your system believing that you are using your own energy. So you can say this to relax and to open your system to work even more with the energy, and that enhance the support you give, and thus the support you'll be given. Breathe soft and deep. Now we slowly shift into the work for Earth consciousness. And just in these days, the huge field of different cultures and different paths, different ways, these fields aligns and begins to connect and interact. Our energetic update here will be that all the fields that we are connected with, the smallest and the largest field, we will align with these fields, enhance our own alignment, and do the work for aligning Earth field at the same time. For this support, we will call upon our highest self. And under the full moon and the influence of the energies that's ignited in Earth field right now, this is actually a possibility. Our 7-dimensional consciousness can open to the full expansion that is 13D. So by calling upon it here, and when you have a modern shaman like me who's a bit trained, and I call upon it for us, then it's easier. You could call it like a showroom that shows your system how to do it. Breathe. Now we call upon our highest being. And maybe you sense a shift. And at the same time, you can connect if you want to participate as an energy worker. Aligned, connected with the highest part of ourselves. And as this opens, we connect to the deepest part of ourselves at the same time. And this expansion releases a lot of tension, because actually 4,000 years ago, Earth people had an opening to 13D, but then we broke it down with our ignition of our survival system in the higher dimensions. We created negative pathways in high vibrations and created an enormous amount of negative energy that within a really short while was passed on to 4 galaxies. Nobody have ever seen this before. It have never been expressed. Nobody could imagine it could happen. So about 4,000 years ago, they closed it down as good as it could and began a work with cleaning up all of this incarnational system. And now we are here, 4,000 years after, and reopen. And in these 4,000 years, the cosmic engineers has worked on how to support a system in a way where our survival reaction will be balanced in a way so it doesn't create the negative energy with the higher vibration. It's okay to create negative energy with the lower vibration because that's where it makes sense. The difficulty is that we actually can create negative energy with higher frequencies. You can say you let your light work in the darkness, not for the light, but for the darkness. And you can see, perhaps if you look all over the world, that's how it looks right now. So that's a consequence. In these days, the shift is really strong. And now, as we have called upon our highest self and the lowest, deepest self, being aligned with everything we are, we open to the present update that ensures that we align and connect, unified with all the fields that we are part of, and thus get support for uniting inner self. Breathe. Sense your body. The enhanced energy, because we are under the full moon and we're connected, and we use this field of energy that I have been worked with under the full moon since before 2012. Nearly every full moon we have opened to the support of the new era consciousness to be rising, igniting, created in earth field by a conscious choice of being love. Connects and aligns. Breathe. Maybe you sense energy, maybe you're not. If you're not sensing the energy, it might work anyhow. Then you might sense being more calm, a sense of connection, a sense of simplification, maybe even a sense of feeling tired, because the release of the stress in your system sometimes gives this quietness where you can sense if you're actually tired. It's okay. In this state of being, resting a bit makes a huge difference. And actually, it's a good idea if you have been working a lot and you can sense this, oh, I'm being really tired. And if you don't have time to rest for a week or two, it's a good idea to rest in small portions. It works really well. And then you'll not bring yourself into this state of being exhausted. And it's not the energy that gives you the state of being exhausted. It's because you're already exhausted. If this happens, then you just reach it, and it's really important that you rest. But sometimes life calls upon us in a way where we can't rest so much, and then to rest in small micro portions, 10 minutes, 20 minutes at a time, and then back in doing, then we can hold the line and keep the balance and still thrive and do our best in our lives and begin to restore our energy system and our foundation for keeping our energy balanced and resting deeply. Because that's what I see as the hugest gain actually with this update. The hugest gain is the possibility to rest deeply, even when I'm in action, even when I'm performing, when I'm doing things in my everyday life. A part of me is deeply resting. It's like an everyday meditative state of being that had opened with this possibility that we internally ignites by this energetic update. Breathe slow, deep. Connects more and more within yourself. And maybe you sense energy and how it surrounds you with love and comfort and stabilization and like energetic chiropractic sometimes. It sounds like this massage, wellness, and alignment. Like focusing and an objective enhancement of your focus through all of your system because it aligns. So disturbance is released, tension is released, stress released and relieves your system. And now actually is a energetic update because what we created here is like an energy balancing. It's like an energy stabilization. So the updates come here, and what it brings in is the codes and the consciousness that connects and reflects whatever comes in your system the best way. For your system to interact with whatever comes by that could bring you into a negative state of being. This update support the reflection of your system, of your consciousness in a way where it has a higher possibility to reach a higher frequency, to see possibilities, to see the light, to see that something can be done, to remember that there has been good days and they will return, to see how far you already come. So the possibility to keep the light even when difficulties come by, that's what this update is about when related to everyday life. If we relate it to a more cosmic sense or vision, this is an update that creates consciousness programming that makes sense. So you could say it supports our programs to release the areas where the codes has been breaking down and supports us with the codes that can be read in a system that is us. So the codes that's downloaded and integrated is our code. It's vibrated and filtrated in our own system and thus created in that way. But the possibility for it to be ignited is delivered to us from cosmic civilizations that had carried consciousness in a way that nearly is the same as ours. Nearly. They haven't ignited their survival system at the same time, at the same level, but each and every of these civilizations has tried a bit of it. So they deliver now their part to the ignition of the codes, and together all of their parts create a bridge across the gap that we are carrying due to our survival system, our fear and need system, fear and reward system, sorry. The energy opens and begins to circulate in a system. And the energy that circulates in a system, that's our own energy. And now we're nearly ready to enter into the mutual field of consciousness, to be a part of this energy work for Earth consciousness. And as we are part of Earth consciousness as well, it's also for us. So in the micro and the macro perspective, we will be working at the same time. So now we begin to align with the huge downloads in the mutual field and the mutual connection. No, not connection. The mutual reflection between the huge fields of consciousness in Earth consciousness, and the reflection opens in a way where the consciousness reflects in each other and aligns with the whole vibrational span, and we are opening with our choice to the highest density. And this density hasn't been ignited with the love and light in anywhere in the universe. And this is actually due to the reaction that other creature has when they begin to reflect in higher vibrations, higher dimensions. And that's the mechanism that their survival system with the fear and the reward system begins to diminish with the high vibration. They are transforming and transponing into other mechanisms, other needs. It opens and spreads out, creating a span of possibilities that diminish the pressure, the power that the survival system can open with, and create these internal chain reactions that can overtake us, so we can choose. In other creatures, that's not happening. When they begin to reflect in higher dimensions, this is opening in a way where they get access to make choice. Breathe. The support is brought in from the cosmic archives in the huge field of Earth. And the alignment that we began within ourselves now begins in Earth field with the mutual consciousness fields. And a lot of light being and a lot of high frequent consciousness works with us on this. Actually, it's us who works with them. They are the one who knows what they're doing. What we are supporting with our frequency that's aligned with the highest density. I get warm now. To me, it's a sign of deep healing that reaches my cells, and that the levels of DNA remembered fields in our DNA is activated, and the energetic update begins now in the huge fields. And when it does that in the huge fields, our energetic updates embeds in a system, so it will stay. Welcome here. Thank you for the love. And no matter if you're participating live or on replay, you can use this, and you can use it all over again. And you might have different experiences due to the change, and also due to everyday state of being that changes for us. And you might find the time of the day where you have the most open consciousness or the most open senses to see how your experience will be. Now the download, energetic download, creates the bridges between the huge fields as it did in our system, and begins to create the manifestation of the alignment of all mutual fields of Earth to one mutual field. The shift goes from your deepest to your highest perspective, and from Earth consciousness, deepest to highest perspective. And the highest perspective here is Earth consciousness capacity to open to the cosmic soul layers and activate a new layer for souls from all over the universe to create the cosmic soul layer. And if this opens, then all the fields, the wisdom fields, all the libraries in the universe will unite. And in my inner view, my inner perspective, I've seen this layer, foundation, and I see it now, that it opens, and it's beautiful. Right now it's completely empty, but I see these orbs that shows themselves as souls, that they are they are entering into this layer, and they show themselves with different bright but still really soft colors, that kind of signaling that they are coming from different incarnational programs. I get so moved, so touched. It's really beautiful. And it's like somebody comes in this first wave, and that's now. And I have a sense that we really support this. And it's really beautiful. It's still really quiet in that layer. When I've seen the soul layer that's related to this earth, it's really strong, bright, filled with light and movement and a lot of things that's happening, but not here. This is really quiet still. But they are entering, and they begin, the lights begin to grow. And it's like a little tryout. And it's like it's measured how strong the light can be. And our true connection from the deepest to the highest perspective is now updated through this layer, soul layer. It's huge. And because our system is so ready, and the mutual field of Earth is so ready, it's like it really creates the unification. It's like it's melting in to one huge connected field. And it's really strong and really beautiful. Breathe. Allow it to support you. And observe as good as you can what is happening inside of you. What is happening with your awareness, your presence, your energy? As you're not only a witness, but creates this change in your own field and earth field at the same time. And I'm shown that by this work now we are aligning, and we are aligning our own connection, earth connection, and the cosmic connection at the same time. It still seems like a tryout. Something is clicking in. Energy shifting, wavering a bit, stabilizing, and open. 13D consciousness, the orb, the oneness. It's here. So just here where you are, experience it. And the ignition is available for you by choice with your intention from now on. And it actually is to everybody, if they know. And sometimes without knowing, wanting to be meaningful makes a difference. Wanting love and peace and harmony, that's enough. That's the same. The availability for Earth people is here. And now it's really important that we choose to be our highest possibility, even though we know we won't reach it. To reach for it supports the movement, and we can take our part of the work, the soul work that we are here to do. The energetic update is fulfilled under this full moon, March 2023. And in my inner vision, I see the whole field of Earth softly glowing, unified. And I see each and every one of us carrying the same field all over the world. And it's like it has small patterns, like fingerprints. And that each and every one of us is carrying this pattern, this fingerprint, into the mutual field. And hold it, support everybody else with this possibility, and they bring their possibility in to support us and everybody else. This is a new era consciousness. It's beautiful. And I sense a shift in the energy. I'm really sensitive to the energy in the mutual fields. And it has been really strongly affecting me the last couple of weeks, because the huge streams of positive and negative energy in the fields has been close to each other, begin to dance with each other and meet each other. And now it begins to merge. It's merging. And this first movement of the merging, we just supported this and begin to be it with this energetic update. We stabilize the energy and open our connection with this gathering, both us that's here now live in the replay, and also the beings that we're connected with throughout the field. And what we are aligned with, each and every one of us, is the cosmic heart, the cosmic love. And what's special with the cosmic fields is that nobody who's alive is directly connected with them. And because of that, they are balanced out in the highest balanced state, and that is love. So the cosmic fields, the cosmic libraries, they are containing pure love in a lot of ways. So the cosmic heart, the cosmic love, is aligned with all that is love throughout the universe. So every heart that has ever been beating in love is connected through that, through the cosmic heart. And now we're deliberately, with intention, connecting with the cosmic heart to support our own connection in the way that relates to the deepest and the highest part of us and all between. Carrying in our balance in a whole field, in a mutual field, and through all over the energies. Breathe and release all the tension that has been due to the absence of love is released for a while. And of course, in our reality, we'll meet it again. But with this inner support and stabilization, we might be able to see in our everyday life, how could we make choices? How can we create questions that opens for presence, that creates more love, more harmony, more peace? This availability, these possibilities, if that suddenly shows up in these next days in new ways, that could be your sign that this has something to do with reality, that this has an impact on your reality. And it's really important when we do such work, such energy work that's odd and so far from reality, that we have an actual impression and expression of it in our reality. We doesn't have to prove it to anybody else. We doesn't have here to be able to explain it, but to meet it within ourselves in our own reality. That's important before we use any more time, any more effort to do the energy work again. You can be here because you find it amusing and interesting. It's perfectly okay. But if you would like to create the change, for you to open your vibrational state in a way where you know this is true somehow, then you begin to do the work. Being the energy in the highest density that knows love and light exist and that we can make a change. And the supports we're giving with the downloads to open that consciously and have the experience, spread the energy as chain reactions in our mutual fields to give interactions with every consciousness that reach for balance, reach for more love, reach for more capacity in a way that makes sense and makes long-term responsibility available to each and every one of us. So if you suddenly have glimpse of something like that comes by, that could be your sign, your first steps into not believing but knowing in your way that there's something here. And that knowing is what creates the strongest energy work in these steps that we are taking here. Slowly stabilizing and preparing for us to leave the energy work for now, doing a part, a sharing, a mutual lift in these days under the full moon, the strong energies and the shifts that's so enhanced these days, these times. Landing here, and please leave a comment or question, and I'll see that I can come by and answer your questions if you have any such. And otherwise, look at my page, my homepage, mariannelane.com. I also have a Facebook page, Elite Teachings by Marianne Lane. I have event courses, meditations, etc. by Marianne Lane, a group where I share free webinars in series. And right now I have the 3 days webinar, Manifestation with a Pure Heart, that's purely fresh, and you can find it in the group. And we will put up the next 3 webinars in this series soon. Also, I will be present at Findhorn here in April with the teaching, and it will be in English, and it will be about the new era, a 5-day teaching in northern Scotland. And you can also participate online. So you could find it at Findhorn's page if you want to attend. And also after the courses, the teaching, I will have session times. Okay. Thank you for the meeting. Love. And connection. Thank you to the field, to everything that's here with us, that allow us to give our contribution in love and manifestation of the new era possibility, the new era field of consciousness. See ya.